First to unmute gets to go. And here's what I've learned. If you don't have questions, you're not taking enough action. Either you weren't engaged in today's call or you haven't had a life full of experiences. So the first to unmute wins.
I have a question.
Get
so
it.
This is kind of technical. So, I admire a lot of the people on the call here. So I'm seeking out some advice. So I like to travel and, working for yourself, you get to have the flexibility to create the environment and life you want. But sometimes you have to be organized and it can get difficult, trying to have that business work structure with, vacation. How do you balance that? And what's some good ways to prepare yourself when you're going to be traveling for work?
I love that. Depends on how you're traveling. If you travel often, like Dorina and I do travel often, I have to speak in different places across the country. Everything can be done from a laptop. And even my podcast could be run from a laptop. I bring very small equipment and that helps, but everything is on the internet now. I don't carry books. I don't carry anything. Like Terry mentioned earlier today, Evernote. I use Alchemist Nation heavily. Any idea that I want to put out there, I actually have my own circle in Alchemist Nation. I can just store ideas, information, things. Then Evernote is everything else. If it's about an event, I have it in Evernote. If it's about even my physical health while I'm traveling, I find who here's had a hard time traveling and eating healthy. When I travel, it's like, where are all the healthy options? And why am I like, I saw the healthy option, I went for the unhealthy option. Like, I don't know what that is, but systems, just having some good systems. And to me, I think the biggest thing is communication with your partner and the people you're traveling with so that they know like you need this time and not to schedule things outside of that. Go ahead, Dorina.
Yes, Amy, amazing question because it's almost a question I would ask everyone. And it is a little bit of a challenge. People think, oh, I'm going to just work from home or with my laptop and travel across the world. And my piece of advice is just stay focused on why you're going somewhere, because there will be so many things to distract you. Because knowing you, Amy, you're an explorer just like I am. I'll be like, oh, let's go see places. And then your work and your focus and your dedication to your cause could fade away a little bit because you just want to explore. That's the nature. Just know that you can always block some time on the calendar. And Lady Monica also mentioned that. Block some time on the calendar so no matter where you are, you can get the work done and accomplish your tasks and then have fun. Because places will drag you into let's go do something. So you got to make sure you just stay a little bit focused. Always remember why you're going there. Always remember like, okay, what's the most priority on your plate?
Awesome. Thank you guys. That's very helpful.
I think that to reiterate with what Gualter was saying, because we travel quite a bit and we're gone for like weeks, 2-3 weeks at a time. A lot of people set up, and I've seen this a lot when I was working with people in recovery, they set up routines that they, or not routines, but rituals that this is the way that I have to do my day. Otherwise, my day is going to be shit. And the problem with that is you lock yourself into a rigid program that you have to be in. Now, you notice the words I use, rigid, have to. It's very, very confining. And so I have routines that I do, but my routine is irrespective of my place. I use my calendar to be a grounding block, right? When you realize that you're not bound by a place, you can go anywhere and do anything. Is it easier and more comfortable to do it at my desk? Yeah, but there's nothing that I have to do at my desk that I cannot do on a laptop, that I cannot do in my car if I need to, I cannot do on the airplane. We've even attended Zoom meetings in the plane, and you just buy the internet and do the Zoom meeting. It's not as good, but you can do these things. And so you're only limited by what ritual you decide you need to have. And rituals are different than habits, and habits are different than routines. But when we start to realize that when we have routines that aren't connected to have-tos, you can actually have a lot more freedom.
I love that. Let's give Amy a round of applause. Great question. Great answers. I see a lot of really cool people on the call now. Go ahead, Steven.
So we all have that laundry list that we've got to do every day. Here's the thing that people don't realize most of the time. The laundry list isn't there for you to do. The laundry list is there for you to stay focused on where you're going. So if you have 20 things on your laundry list and you get 2 done, 5 done, 10 done, 15. That's a great day because you're moving forward to your objective. That's what the laundry list is for. So we get caught up on, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, but you're still moving forward. And forward motion is on all of my electronic devices. That's the only thing that I pay attention to. Am I moving forward, right? So don't get too down on yourself when you're out there and you didn't get it all done. Nobody usually gets it all done. And if they do, put more on your plate then, I guess. I don't know. But no, as a T&B guy, take more vacations. I would definitely say no. Actually, I'll quote Jim Rohn on this. Jim Rohn says, when you're at work, you work. When you're at the beach, you're at the beach. So if 5 o'clock happens and you're not done, you don't go to 5:01 or 5:30 or 6 o'clock, because see, now you're disrespecting that time for your family or your friends or your recovery time. So you've got to go ahead and just stop. And that what that does is when 8 o'clock in the morning happens, you kick yourself in the butt. You say, I got to work twice as hard now. And you don't look at the cat videos. You don't take the call from the wife or the husband or whatever, So yeah, so you just work when you work, and then you play when you play, and the two never mix. Now, when you're on vacation, I hate work vacations, but if like Terry, you're up 3 weeks. Okay, look, there's times when he works, and I guarantee you, him and the missus actually have some fun time there too. But see, it's planned out, and I'll just finish this with, if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't get done anyway. So
truth. Let's give Stephen Bieber a round of applause. He actually just donated a course called Skinny Avatars, Fat Wallets on Alchemist Nation. So you got to go check out that course. In fact, for the 30-day challenge, actually, Stephen, you and I got to talk, because I think one of the first days we are going to be talking about avatars, because you got to understand who you're looking to attract. Hands to the camera if you'd like to get a really good understanding of who you want to attract, the 100 people you want to attract to your life. Okay. Michael Shine, I see your hand up, brother.
Take a longer view about this traveling stuff. I think it's appropriately that I'm writing a book about partnerships, because I've set up my life so that I have amazing partners, and they handle the heavy lifting when it comes to all the real estate deals I'm involved in. They're doing the stuff that obviously we talk a lot, but they're doing the heavy lift. And then as it relates to my law business, I have amazing paralegals who crush it. And so I hired great people. And so when I go on vacation, there's not much for me to take. I mean, I even debate about whether to take the laptop. Usually it's just the phone, and I'm free. Amy, I mean, you're basically living with the king of delegation right now. So nothing gets past Gualter without being delegated before the sentence is done. So learn from the master. You find the right people, whether that's a VA or hiring people, and then you'll have amazing vacations where you can just chillax.
Let's give Mike Shine a round of applause. And to that point, leverage this 30-day challenge to surround yourself with people who want to do things that you don't want to do. There's many things. We have so many volunteers, and I'm so blessed and so thankful for the community leaders and the volunteers and the mentors and the coaches in Alchemist Nation, many of which we don't pay up front. They're paid for. They make money on the back end of something else. Or even Alchemist Ladies. Alchemist Ladies, I didn't build. It was something it was on my heart. I knew I wanted to help, women. And then Kim Possible just comes out of nowhere and creates it. And then Darina gets the logo, and then Kim Rodriguez is supporting, and they're becoming this powerful team of powerful women in Alchemist Nation that I never had the time to go and build. And I wasn't even born the right gender to go and do it. Right. So beyond you, like, you can get so much done while you're traveling or while you're building your business just by sharing where you're going, sharing your heart, sharing your intentions, and sharing skills and resources, and giving people room to come into your life, into your organization. This next 100 days, right? Maybe you will inspire a community to come around you and help build what you're looking to build. There's a lot of opportunity in other people. Go ahead, Mitch.
Really, I want to circle back to today's wealth principle, right? So, study the people and businesses that are performing, the way that you want to perform, your business, right? So it's kind of like, imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? So don't reinvent the wheel. So, I mean, to quote one of the greatest rappers ever, Nas, he once said, "No idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done." So just literally imitate people that are crushing it the way you want to crush it. And anyone that's in the room right now, you have the ultimate opportunity, because for the next, whatever it is, 10, 15, 20 minutes, if there's anyone that is in any of these little boxes you see that is doing something that you want to do and you want to know how they do it, unmute your mic, ask the damn question. Like, this is your moment. I mean, we're not going to stumble into an Eminem song, but I mean, are you going to capture it? Don't let the moment slip away. So, and how often do you get to be in a room with people? Zooms are great, right? Access to people, right? How often do you get to be in a room with people every single Saturday morning where you just got to get in front of your computer, right? So you got no excuse. So take your opportunity, ask your questions. If there's someone in this room that's doing what you want to do, obviously there's a bunch of millionaires in the room. So if that's your goal, if you want to be one of the next 100 millionaires, I mean, step up, ask that question and seize the opportunity. So, and on that note, y'all have an awesome weekend.
Let's give Mitch Jaworski, the Scaredy Cat Guide to knowing what the heck Bitcoin is, the Scaredy Cat Guide to real estate investing, wrote those books. Let's give him a big round of applause. Awesome. Love you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
I do love the rap quotes. What else? We got opportunities.
Hi, thank you. So today's wealth principle was everything that I had been doing for the last 3 weeks. So this was just incredible to be on this call today. The question that I do have, though, is in one of the 7 steps. You say to go to the industry seminars, conferences, and expos. Is that related to the type of work that you're doing, or going to where you're looking to build referral partners, or going to where your ideal avatar client is going to be? If you can just elaborate on that a bit.
Jamie, it would be all of the above. All of the above.
I was going to say, the simple answer is yes.
The simplest answer. So I go to 10X, one, to see how Grant Cardone's running his stage. I go to ClickFunnels, Funnel Hackers, to see how Russell Brunson is running his stage. So one, I'm watching the entire event, how they operate. Two, I'm going because every person in that room is potentially a client or potentially a partner, because they're all business owners. Many of them will be coaches, they'll be speakers. Many of them will be real estate investors. Many of them will be real estate agents. So those are people that I compete with, but they're also people I can collaborate with. So I'm looking for them. And then there's a lot of people in the room who are private money lenders. They're just crushing it in their businesses and they have too much money and they'd love to invest in real estate. So I could be looking for lenders. I could be looking for clients. There's so many people who are just new to these champions, and they're looking for, a little bit more hands-on approach. They're looking for what we do in the mentorship. And so I may be looking for clients on the education side. The idea, Jamie, is just go with an open heart and see who you can meet. Now, when I go with Dorina, we go with very strict intentions. And if I'm in 10X, I'm specifically looking for people who would be great for Alchemist Nation, because I know they're motivated, they're killers. And I may later on find they're good for something else. But my first thought is, let me just get their contact information. Let me just have a conversation with them and then see where it goes from there. So that is a great way to, when you're in an event, how to operate. How you choose events depends on where you're at in your business. Do you need more clients? Well, choose events where more clients are going to be likely to be at. Do you need more private capital? Well, then choose events where people with high net worth are likely to be at. 10X is a great event for high capital. The 100 Millionaire Summit is a great event for high capital. Anything where a financial planner is talking about tax strategies for the rich, or how the rich invest, anything like a syndicator who's running events, they're going to be in a room full of high capital. So a lot of opportunities based on, like, the event you go is based on your desire, your demand in your life, your business. And we're going to that's part of the 30-day challenge. So this next 30 days, we're going to be talking about, first, who is your avatar? Who do you want to hang around with? And if you're single, by the way, 100 potential relationships, who you're looking for and where they hang out.
One of the things that I think about with this question is, a lot of people end up in scarcity and they don't know they're in scarcity, but they think about competition. And I had that ailment. And at times I still do fall into that, oh no, competition. But probably about a year and a half back, I ran into probably my biggest competition. And now I affiliate with them. And so if you think about the idea that there is really no competition, you got to go from a faith base instead of a fear base. And this is not positive thinking. I'm going to be talking about this at the boot camp as well. Is that we're not, positive thinking is like a boy whistling in the dark. I'm not scared. Positive thinking is really keeping ourselves out of the negative thinking. And so it really doesn't work. But when you're from a faith base, knowing that things are going to work out for you, as long as you're taking the next right action, you can go and connect with anybody. And there's going to be people who are going to connect with you. There's going to be people who need what you have. There's going to be people that can't afford your competition, or they don't really gel with them. And so competition doesn't matter as much to the other people that you're serving as much as it does to your ego. And so when you start going, wait a minute, where can I go? Who can I go to? What can I do to connect with everybody? If you're going out and being a vessel, then you're going to have no problem. But if you're sitting there thinking about who's going to take from you, you're going to have all kinds of problems. And so trade shows, different seminars, my boot camp, Gualter's million dollar summit. It doesn't matter where you go. It matters the intention that you go with to add to without taking away. And when you go into a place thinking about how I can add to, and it's not just add value because that doesn't mean anything, but add your perspective, add your expertise, add your take on things, add your point of view, then people are going to resonate with you. Adding value doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, I got a remote control here that could be valuable to somebody. That doesn't make any sense. But what is it that you've had experience-wise that you can bring to the table, that you can share with people? And it may sound exactly like somebody else, but say Mike Shine is listening to Gualter say something and it's resonating, but not really. And then I say the very same thing in maybe a different way or a different inflection. And he goes, oh my God, I get it. That's how it works. And so we can say the same things, even the same way, and inflection is going to change. That's one of the reasons that Gualter and I work well together. That's one of the reasons that I work well with a lot of people, because I say the same things, but I put different inflections. I have a different point of view, but more than anything, I have a faith that the people who resonate with me are going to resonate with me. And so we're going to be talking about that a lot at the boot camp. How we connect with other people is the most important thing. How we become vulnerable and open to the opportunities is how your business grows. And so if you haven't, I'm going to say this one last thing, and this piece anyway. If you are thinking that you're going to the boot camp and you're not sure if you're registered, make sure you register. Make sure Dorena knows you're going, because we need to know the numbers. We got a couple of special things planned, and we need to know the numbers of who's going to attend, because if you're not on the list and you show up, you'll be more than welcome to be there, but you won't be able to participate in some of the activities. So show up, but register and make sure you're registered.
Do you see how Terry used the word need? That was done intentionally. Let's give Dr. Terry Wish a round of applause. I love it. These are great questions. Let's give everybody on this call a big round of applause. Each one of you has big goals. There are people out there who may not believe in your goals. They may not believe in you. They may not believe that it's possible for you. The only person that matters is you. The only person that matters when it comes to whether you're going to get up in the morning, whether you're going to take the actions, whether you're going to take the commitment, is you. If you want to move forward in your life, you have to stop worrying about what other people think and start focusing on what you deserve, on where you're going. And if other people don't want to come with you, cool, let them go. They're like anchors holding you back. It's okay to let some souls go to make room for new souls, for new people who can pull you forward. You will go to where you reach up to. You will go to where the people you're spending the most time with already are. If you're not changing those people, you're not changing. When I used to work out in the gym with the bodybuilders, the biggest guys in Fall River, they had this saying, change or remain the same. And in the gym, remain the same is not a freaking option. And I want you to look at your life that way too. There is always more happiness you can give somebody that you can give yourself. There is always better health that you can reach and attain, because every day you have the choice of being in the best health or being mediocre or doing something damaging to your life. Every day your business, you have a decision to make in your business. Every day you have that with your relationship, with your spouse. Are you going to make it a little better? Or are you going to add a little more value to it? With your business partners, you have that choice every single day to improve, to be constantly just a little bit better. Don't let anybody else hold you down. There is no, oh, well, they said I couldn't. Come on now. No, nobody controls you. You control your destiny. You're the captain of your ship. And by the way, for all of our mastermind members, yes, we will be meeting today at 12 o'clock. So grab some lunch, go connect your thoughts, and come back with your one big question. How do I make $1 million this month? And we will be answering that question. We'll be sharing with each other and deep diving into it. Michael Shine, I see your hand up, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's actually who I want to talk about. You know, I met Eric recently as well. I really been in other groups. I've been with other teachers and things like that. But this is a community. I mean, you're all my friends, and it's a blessed place to be. So when Eric was having questions, I'm like, come to Alchemist Nation. I mean, everybody knows me, and we're all part of a whole community. And I just love this community. And that's the reason I bring people in it. So if you're new here, hang out and just keep coming. Yep.
Thank you. And I see so many of my friends on here, and you know what I see that's interesting? People are changing their shirts. I'm seeing like Mission of Millions pop up, names on deeds popping up. I see, yeah, there it is. I see the camera go off and the shirt go on. So cool. Coming soon, we're going to be releasing the Alchemist Nation store, so you can have things like names on deeds. The point is not to work, it's to generate income. Coming soon, I've been talking to Doreen about getting a recession-proof shirt, because there is nothing more exciting to me than walking around with a shirt that says recession proof. So like, and then the 100 Millionaire shirt with the new logo, the infinity sign, because we just keep growing and building each other. It's 100 Millionaires inspired to build 100 Millionaires. Just a really cool group. And there was something that somebody mentioned, the word value add. And I want to emphasize, because Terry said your skills, your technical skills, your abilities, the things that you can do. Sometimes your smile is the only value add that is needed for somebody to decide they want to work with you. Sometimes listening to somebody and their challenge or their problem, or letting their ego come out and say, hey, I do this in my business, I'm the best at this, giving them that moment to share who they are and what they are, could be the only value add that person is looking for in their life at that moment. And that could be what locks down the relationship. Don't try to overdo it. Sometimes just being a decent human being and listening to somebody, or smiling, or getting the door for somebody, or picking something up off the floor for somebody. These little things. My mentor, I bought him a cigar, right? That was the value add. We had nothing. I can't value add him. He's got all the real estate, he's got all the knowledge, but I grabbed him a cigar. And Cameron, if you recognize, you are a hugely valuable human being with so much potential. And there are so many people who are starved of those valuable people in their lives who will listen to them, who will share their desires, listen to their desires and say, you know what, I don't know if I can help you in any way, but it's now in my head and I'm going to think about it. And then text them a week later. Like, give me your phone number, because if I do come up with something, I want to be able to support you. Is that okay? Hence, if you know you're a tremendously valuable person, you have tools, you have resources. Hell yeah. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Go ahead, Joy.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, for the 100 Millionaire seminar, I'm going to be in Vietnam during that time in October for some work. And so are you going to be doing it on a Zoom, or how would I be able to attend to that?
Very interesting question. So what Doreen and I are contemplating, because the technology to do it is possible. We just have to bring on 2 extra guys to do that, and figure out where they're going to be staffed at and how they're going to hang. But I may do something like that for.
Okay, is it going to be full day for how many days, kind of thing?
Is 3 full days, and when I say full days, we're talking 8 o'clock in the morning to midnight for the first 2 days, and then the last day is 8 in the morning till 5 o'clock, and then Hot Tub Business Plan goes till the end of the night, whenever people want to hang out.
Yeah. So that would be complete dedication on my part, because it's a 12-hour.
Joy, it's no joke. It's complete dedication on our part too.
I would love to join somehow.
We may do the live streams in between. We may not live stream everything, Joy, but we may do a few live streams here and there to keep you kind of aware of what's going on and give you some opportunities.
Okay. I was wondering, like, with the type of work that I'm doing and trying to brand myself on when you're branding, you want to brand yourself personal level and also on a business level. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I separate my branding in that way? Because with the work that I'm doing, where it's nonprofit, people see me as the person to go for anything in regards to the NGO nonprofit work, but I'm trying to build my real estate brand also, but I don't really know how I build the two separate like that.
That's a great question. Hence the camera, if you've ever wondered, should my business be personal and separate and put things together like that? Awesome. So she runs a non-for-profit, and then she's also a real estate investor. Hands to the camera if you have a charity that you donate your money and time to. Hey, my real estate investors? Awesome. Excellent. So I would 100% say that you're a real estate investor who loves supporting charity. Make it who you are. Combine the two worlds. I'm about serving and helping. Your charity could be your big back end. It could be most of what you're talking about all the time. When you're speaking with investors, and your title should say you're a real estate investor, right? If you look at it that way, what you do for a living is you're a real estate investor. But what you do for your life is you run this not-for-profit, so that people who are looking for you professionally, they can find you. But people who are just coming onto your page, they realize you got a big heart, and they may want to be able to, join your cause, your mission.
So
does that make sense?
I may have a different take, but I don't have enough information to have that take. So can I ask you, what is your position at the nonprofit?
Yeah, I'm actually co-founder with my mom in an organization called Aid for Kids. So what I do is support children and families, disadvantaged families over in Vietnam to support and better their lives there by education and health.
What's the cash flow of your nonprofit? Are you guys making a lot of money right now?
No. We don't make money. I mean, our admin is like 1%, and it's more my time added into maintaining the program, especially since I've moved back to the US. I was over in Vietnam for 26 years, and I, dedicated my whole life over there building humanitarian aid programs. But now I've come back and I've kind of reinvented myself, trying to maintain the program over there, doing real estate on this side.
I might suggest that you jump on a call with Dr. Terry Wager. I think
I think that's
definitely
a
deeper one.
I think that's a great idea, because when people get stuck in, am I a nonprofit or do I have this other business, and they try to do both, what they end up doing is they don't pay enough attention to their business, and their nonprofit is more of a heart-based thing instead of a money generating thing. And the reality is every nonprofit there is still a business. It's just they have to have 0 books at the end of the year. And what they do is they think they can't make money, but they have to make money in order to be able to run all of those programs. Understanding how to actually make that a business is probably a good idea.
Yes, and that's where I'm struggling at, trying to figure out how to build it into like a business, running it that way, being able to have it sustainable. So that's kind of my struggle right now.
Awesome. Definitely. Terry, can you just schedule a call with Joy? Make sure she's all set.
There's my link. Go ahead and schedule a call.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's give Joy
Thank
a round
you.
of applause. She's in Tampa. She's invested in real estate down here with us.
Yes.
Crushing it. I love the comments on alchemistnation.com. I love the questions. I love the shares. I love the articles. We opened it up. So I'm not the only one who can write articles now. Every one of you has the ability to turn that into a personal blog or share, skills, resources, things that are working. So thank you for all the shares. Before we jump into Steven's question, I got an idea. Go and pull out your phone. As soon as this call is over, pull out your phone, turn the camera towards you, smile, and then share one tip about Wealth Principle 26, about why you should model successful people, businesses that are already doing what you want to be doing, and just send it. Don't watch it. Don't review it. Just put it out into the ether, put it out into TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. But because I know each one of you has a stronger following on Facebook and you got family on there, send it out there. Just put it and see who responds. See what they say. You'll know, am I hanging out with this person in the future or am I not? Did I find some tribe or did I not? And be willing to put that out in a place where people are going to see it. Go to the next level, drop it into a group. Go and take a Facebook Live, share your take of it, right? Share your perspective. And remember to kind of tie that into why somebody might want to hang out with you. Remember, you do things morally, ethically, legally. You can pepper that into your little 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute live and just speak from the heart, share. And if you've never done a Facebook Live before, then do a Facebook Live for the first time with us today. Pull out your phone, do it, and see what happens. Stephen Beaver, you're up, brother.
So Gualter said some stuff earlier. Well, he says a lot of stuff earlier that's right. So now the question is, which one, okay, we got to talk about. So I'm going to say the reason that I'm here, Gualter is not my avatar, okay? But Gualter and he fits inside my avatar. We'll talk about that later. But here's what it is that Gualter has. I told him when we met, I said, dude, you're doing the stuff that I've been talking about doing. I've got all the stuff prepared, but you're doing it. You're more successful than me, and I've been doing this a lot longer. So I can either swallow my pride, and I can say, damn, I need to follow this guy and learn from the master, right? Or I can keep doing what I'm doing. But we're talking about abundancy and scarcity mindset. And then we started talking about competition. I want to change it just a little bit. Who or what is your biggest bottleneck? You don't have to answer. I'll give it to you. For me, it's me. I'm the biggest bottleneck. Okay. And look, you can either look in the mirror or you can look out the window. And all my kids can say this. Look, if there's a problem, 99% of the time you need to look in the mirror because that's where you're going to fix it. Now that other 1%, you're just kidding yourself. Okay. Look in the mirror again. Right. So you just don't know what you don't know. Right. And so that's why I'm here. I think that's why most of us are here. Even people that are high on the food chain that have learned from Gualter or came in like Dr. Terry, maybe their growth and my growth is going to be exponential because Gualter's teaching me and I'm learning stuff, okay? But Gualter's growth, Dr. Terry's growth, they're not looking for that. They're not going to grow 50%. If they grow 0.5%, they're like freaking going crazy, right? I mean, you're like, oh my God, you don't understand. And we're going, but that's just a little thing. That's the thing. And I think everybody here has that learning mindset. And that's one of the number one things that you've got to just keep that mind open. And you got to realize you don't know what you don't know, and that you and me are the biggest bottlenecks to our success, period. And so once you get that in there and you start going, you know what, I just want to learn. My biggest fear is that one of my clients will ask me a question that I can't answer and I don't have the resources to find. That's why I'm always continuously learning, right? So anyway, I just wanted to change that around a little bit and talk about the bottleneck, the elephant in the room. Put that elephant in that bottleneck. Pretty good visual.
Let's give Stephen Beaver a big round of applause. Very helpful. He's, like I said, I met him at an event 2 weeks ago. Rock Your Life was for coaches, speakers, trainers. And he just, within a week, he was like, I'm putting a course on your platform. I'll make sure Alchemist Nation has the best course ever. If there's anything you need, like change it. He's been adding steps to it, adding extra free lessons. So I love seeing a coach go in and add additional components to what they've already built. Super helpful, brother. Thank you so much. And I love your dedication to building millionaires, to supporting others. For everybody on the call, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our whole lives ahead of us. Today is the day. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next month. Don't wait for next year. Today is the day to make the change that changes the rest of your life. If it's a decision, decide. If it's an action, take it. If it's a person, have the conversation. But today is the day. We've got today and we've got opportunity. Those little changes that Stephen was just talking about, they happen up here. Once you've decided, nothing can stop a committed person. Napoleon Hill talks about the burning desire. That burning desire you must have in Think and Grow Rich. It is the compelling force that will move you forward in everything that you're looking to do. Yes, the problem is here, but so is a solution, right? You know, we understand that this may be the enemy, but it's also the only tool we were given, the most powerful tool, the only tool we need is the ability to control our own mind and direct it in the directions that we want it to go in. If we find our mind's not moving in the right direction, we can adjust. Every Saturday we come in, we discuss one new wealth principle because the wealth principles are how we move forward, but we do it together because the community, it's the energy, it's the resourcefulness. And these Q&A sessions, I think, are our best session out of everything that we do. It's the ability to be able to listen to others, for somebody to be vulnerable, to ask questions or to make shares. So I want to give each and every one of you a big round of applause for hanging out with us, for being here with us. If it wasn't for you, Alchemist Nation would just be an idea. It would just be a thing. Many of you, if you were part of the naming of it, if it wasn't for you, Names on Deeds would have never become a shirt or a book. It just used to be a thing I said. Names on Deeds. It's all about the vision, but man, vision is nothing without the implementation. So I'm so thankful for everybody who's picked something up, everybody who's done something, everybody who's made a suggestion that they then picked up and implemented, for my business partners, for my team, for all the coaches, the mentors. Thank you. Let's give them a big round of applause. They donate a lot of hours to this cause, and they deserve every dollar that comes to them. Cheers to your success. When you have a choice, always work with the best.